are going to study the parts of flower through dissection of flower. So for that we take one flower, okay, and now come closer, okay. Now you can see that this part, can you see that with the help of a needle? I will separate these. Can you see this? This green part, okay, this leafy green part, okay, it is called sepals, okay. And now what is the function of the sepal? To protect the flower, okay, and provide structural support to the flower. Can you see that? This is the part which provide structural support to petals and all other different parts of the flower. So first part you can see that, then I will separate this with the help of a needle very carefully. Put the sepal on the page. Okay, let's put the sepal on the page. Okay, now girls, put the sepal. Okay, now these are the sepals. Okay, now after that you can see that this is, okay, this part. So this part inside, if we see inside the flower, okay, so I separate the flower with the help of a needle to further explore the different parts of the flower. Okay, let's see what is inside. Okay, this is, so this is, you can see this part is the top of the part, stigma. Okay, where is the stigma?
At the top.
Okay, at the top. Okay, this part is the stigma of the flower, and on which, what is the function of the stigma? It receives the pollen grains. And from where it receives the pollen grains? From anther. And anther is the male part. Okay, this is, you can see that these are the pollens and it is present on the stigma. And if we further dissect the flower, okay, so we have, if we go further deeply, so we can see the ovary inside. Okay, can you see that? This is the part of the ovary of the flower. Can you see that? And now this is this part of a needle structure. So this is the style. Okay, you will study that style is a long part, long leaf-like structure, and this is the style of the flower. It transports the pollen grains to the ovary of the flower. Okay, so if we take another flower, so in this flower, again this is the sepal, and if you go, these are the petals, and you can see the difference. Petals are of different color, shape and size. Can you see the difference between the petals of these two flowers? Which one is long? Which petals are long? This one. And petals are of which color? Yellow. And can you see that the petals are different, and in the petal color is purple, and the size and shape is also different, as we studied that petals are of different shape and size. If you look inside, so okay. And now can you see that what are these? Birds, Vanisha, very right. So birds, and you see that the sepal, because sepal protect the bird. Today we are going to study parts of flower, okay, and like suppose for that we need a flower, okay. So if you look at closely to the flowers, okay, so with the help of a needle, if you saw this part, okay, this part, this is, so you can see this green part, okay, this green part which is separate, okay, just like a small leaf-like structure. You can see that this part, okay, so this part is sepal, okay, don't do this, this part is sepal, okay. And if you look in this project, okay, this green part, okay, what is the function of this green part? It is called sepal, okay, and the function of sepal is to protect the flower, okay. Like if you saw these structures, this is a flower or a bird? It's a bird. It has not become a flower at this time, okay. And you can see that sepals are there, but this is not a common, and it's provide the structural frame to the flower, okay, support to the flower, okay. Like if we hold the flower closely, so you can see that it is so fragile, okay, then petals are fall off, okay. And then the another part which is, okay, you have to hold the flower, okay. One student has to hold the flower who is near to you. Okay, now you can see that. So after this, if we dissect it, if we dissect the inner side of this part, so you can see, hold the flower, hold the flower. So you can see inside the internal parts of the flower. Oh wow, you can see this is the very, stop talking, this is the very thin, you can see that this is the very thin part of the flower, which is called the style, and this is stigma, okay. And stigma is the which part on which pollen grains, female part, and on which pollen grains are land on, okay, which receive the pollen grains. And if you see in this project, so which part of the flower produce pollens?
Stigma.
No, stigma receive. Anther. And anther is male part of the flower, okay. And anther produce the pollen grains, and then pollen grains received by female part stigma, okay. And then the process of pollination in which pollen grain are transferred from anther to stigma, okay. And in this project you can see honeybee also, okay. And honeybee is a pollinator, and what is the function of pollinator? It transferred pollen grains to the other areas, okay. And then this is the sepal.